Good evening, Raskin enjoyers. I hope you're doing right, 'cause it's time for the Abnormal Barders. Yes, tonight we have the likes of Shadowborn Garage Door, Stone Base Box, Black Diamond Deco 47, Soullight Armored Door, Cyber Clothing, and the Blackberry Rock. Those are our abnormal skins for tonight. And of course, we have the likes of the Jungle Sar, the Hatch Chick Furnace, and the Easter Farm Door. Those are the regular skins. Now, you're probably sitting there and saying, what's an abnormal? What's regular? What are you on about? Well, that's terminology I use for certain skins. For you see, if you were to look in the description right now, whether it's over there or down here, you'll notice I've provided two videos. The first video is a 60-second short video which briefly explains everything in regards to what abnormals are, and of course the time frame in which we prepare for the likes of them. But if you feel like that's not exactly super informative, you still have some questions to ask, please consider watching the second video. It's about 20 minutes long, but it's a lot more in-depth, and it probably explains like how to identify what's an abnormal and, you know, how we can work around that. And you might sit there and say, so what's this all for? Making profit. We know when certain skins are going to become marketable. We can potentially be the fastest people to put down the buy order on Steam Market, if you get that. So basically, the faster the buy order you put down, the more likely you become the one who picks them up for the cheapest prices. Sounds good? So we'll pick them up for cheap prices, we'll sell them for their actual prices, we walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. Simple as that. So just sit back and relax for now. I'm going to go through all of these abnormals, and we're going to discuss prices we might want to offer for all of them. There's going to be some positives, there's going to be some negatives, there's a lot of context to throw out you, but we'll probably get to a good idea of where we're going to end up at for what buy order prices we want to do. So let's get started. Let's talk about the likes of the Shadowborn Garage Door. So I can confirm over the weekend Mr. Vase and Cupis did put out a very nice continuation. Last week we had Sheet Metal Double Door. This week we have Sheet Metal Door, and they've made a very cool little reference here. Now, personally, I thought that was an homage to Doom, the Doom cover. It's not, apparently, but you can see it's the guy standing on a mounting of rubble and dead bodies with the likes of the minigun. So that's cool, that's awesome. I think a lot of people will be appreciating it, but more specifically, that will be a continuation of the Shadowborn collection, and it very likely will be a nice positive influence for the likes of the Garage Door that's currently, you know, available and what we're about to chase after with a buy order. So do you reckon there's a good chance we will see the likes of, as I said, the Sheet Metal Double Door or the likes of the Sheet Metal Door right here? Either one, doesn't matter. New deplorable being accepted. It builds up into a deplorable collection. All the better for the skins as a whole. So there'll be more investment towards the likes of them. So as I look at that, I feel positivity, but then I'm a little bit worried. And why might you be worried? Well, of course, if you haven't been keeping track of the likes of all the newer skins that have appeared over the past weekend, there was a lot more Garage Doors. Now, I'm going to use Micro's website real quickly just to get the point across. So if you aren't fully well aware, Mr. Micro, the ever so helpful man himself, has gone ahead and produced a very insightful website. As you go over to micro522.com, click workshop, what do you see? All the useful information that you need. You get WSkin links, you get to see votes, and you get to see all the new skins real quickly with this nice hover for the preview images. So if anything catches your eye, you know what to click. And yes, you can click these and see for yourself. For this right here was just one of the 6 Garage Doors that were submitted over the past weekend. And to make it nice and easy, I can go over to here and say, I'm concerned about if there's going to be any more Garage Doors in, you know, anytime soon. All I've got to do is type in Garage. There you go, instantly, like that. So as you can see, over the past weekend, we have 1, 2, 3... Oh, there's 2 versions of Psycho. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, there's 5 interesting looking Garage Doors that are submitted over the past weekend, and that gets me a little bit concerned. And also the previous week we had Toxic Wolf, Nightmare Garage Door, CCSC, then you also had like the Graffiti Monster and Nightmare again. So overall, there's some pretty interesting contenders, or rather there's some pretty interesting Garage Doors that could potentially appear after Shadowborn Garage Door and take away its attention, take away its spotlight, take away its thunder. Why am I so concerned about this? Because it did quite literally happen not too long ago, the likes of Blocky Rig Garage Door. That came out, sold a lot, had a lot of interest, sold at $2.49 each. What happened literally the very next Rust Door? Oh, here's Clan-Based Garage Door, $3. What? And here's the point. If we get some very interesting skins in such a short amount of time, they're competing with each other for your love, for your attention, and unfortunately it causes them to suffer based on, well, their prices. Now, the fact that we had the Shadowborn Garage Door come out just after both of them, yeah, that's not really helped these two out, has it? So, as of now, this seems to be top dog. This seems to be doing super great. And if I were to go over to Mr. Micro's website, just go over to here real quickly, you can see out of all the skins that came out the previous week over to here, Shadowborn is one of the highest voted skins. If we can quickly hop over to... There you go. Yep. Shadowborn is number 2 with 908 votes. Its Steam score is pretty high, so yeah, take that into consideration. Now, if I go over to next week where we have the Sheet Metal Double Door, I can confirm that is the best performing skin so far out of all of this lot, with a very high score of 69, very nice to see. And as of now, over to here with the likes of these skins, Shadowborn Sheet Metal Door is third, so people do appreciate it, they are showing their support, it's looking interesting, but what will Face Punch think? Because I can sit here and say, not too long ago, Mr. Vase had a very cool looking set. It was called Porcelain. There was tons of very interesting deplorables being produced. Loads of people adored them, showed their support, voted for them. Only 2 skins were accepted. I've said this several times, but just to get the point across, just because it looks good and has tons of support, it doesn't necessarily mean Face Punch will definitely accept it. You might sit there and question that, and I'll sit there and say, I know. We don't fully understand what is Face Punch's ideas or what influences them to pick skins. We don't know what themes they have in their head. Are they wanting to print money? Are they wanting to make sure everybody gets a decent chance in having a skin accepted? Who knows? We don't know. We don't know. Face Punch decides, and that's all we can say. So the point I'm trying to get across is this is doing very well, has a ton of support. We might only end up with that. Or we might end up with 2 skins of Shadowborn. Or we might end up with a full set. Who knows? We shall see. So, yeah, that's reassuring, isn't it? Now, when I did my 48-hour analysis, typically I will sit there after 2 days of sales and kind of get a good idea of where I think the sale's going to end up at. I was wrong with Shadowborn Garage Door. I thought this was going to end up at around 23,000 sales. We've already surpassed that. With all of these other skins, they are lining up to meeting expectations. This is going to miss out at about 20,000 sales based on what SCMM sees, and these two are going to probably do about 18,000 sales. At the moment, that might be just slightly under. So, yeah, this has gone above expectations, but I know loads of people like it. So, I'm thinking. We very likely could see some more very interesting garage doors appearing at some point, maybe next week, the very next Rust door tomorrow, maybe, or maybe a month's time. Maybe we get Twitch drops, yes. Do not rule out the possibility of seeing some very interesting Twitch drops. You know, we might get transparency, we might get glow in the dark. Who knows? But it's definitely happened, and it will happen again. I feel pretty confident it'll happen. So, yeah, just take all of that into consideration. Right. $3.49 is a pretty steep price. Now, it didn't seem to stop people wanting to buy it so much. So we are looking at a garage door that's done just over 24,600 sales. If I were to look at all these garage doors based on subscriber count, you know, bare minimum sales, well, where does it rank? It is in the upper part. Not the most, you know, highly bought skin, but it's definitely up there. And there's quite a lot of garage doors, I should point out. We do get quite a lot of them being accepted every year. Last year, 27. The year before that, 28. And that does include Twitch drops. So overall, I am concerned. I can see it working out all right if we do see continuations, but if we don't see those continuations, yeah, I can't help but assume it's going to go below its Rust door price. Will it go below its Rust door price regardless at some point this year? I wouldn't be surprised if that happens around, the autumn-fall seasonal dip. That's going to happen inevitably anyway. But the summer is next, and I will sit here and say I'm confident that we are going to have a very nice summer as we steer towards it. Don't forget, tomorrow, with the likes of the April Forcewipe, we're going to probably see a ton of people jumping in. We've got, essentially a brand new monument. We've got minigun being added. Apparently, we've also got the flamethrower. I was just seeing that flamethrower is definitely in the main, so I'm not sure why they didn't really talk about that much, but I guess minigun was more interesting. So, lots of interesting things. April could very likely be a very, very, very interesting month. So, yeah, Jack, I know. I'll talk about that in a second with the AK. So, the likes of this garage door. I have seen very cool-looking garage doors come out last year and then suffer. All right? We've seen this process happen before. So, over to here real quickly. And you've got the Abyss garage door there, but down by 10%. Dungeon garage door suffered for a while. It's doing all right now. That's got some very interesting use of transparency at the very bottom of the garage door that people like to utilise. So overall, that's down by 44% now. Oh no, the cute witch is down by 4%. Oh no. All right, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to sit here and say, just to play it safe, I'm going to do $2 to $2.70. I can see it working out very nicely. I can see it working out very, very nicely if we see continuations. But if we don't see those continuations, I can definitely see some people worrying, and most likely people who bought a bunch of these unloaded them onto the Steam market. So, as you would know, if you want to play it safer, go for the lower price. If you feel a little bit more confident, go more aggressive, offer higher prices. I look at that, I can see it doing a very, very good job staying at around $3. But what we need to see is prices doing, we need to see continuations. Vitro fan, I see you there, mate. I'm not sure what you're questioning. Can you leave it for a bit? All right. Okay. So Shadowborn Garage Door, $2 to $2.70. That's what I'm going to do. If we see continuations, I feel more happy and confident. If we don't, problems. That's the simple, straight answer. Let's move on to Stone Base Box. I thought this would do just a bit below 20,000 sales. It seems to have matched that. That's totally fine. But I do question what's going to happen next. So, Mr. 38, what did you produce over the past weekend? We saw the likes of nothing. He didn't do anything. So, what happens next? Well, with what we have here, he is potentially going to make a version 2 of this, or just resubmit it, we shall see. But will we see the likes of wooden base box? Will we see the likes of a sheet metal door base box? Sheet metal base box. Maybe an armoured one. Maybe a shack. Someone did ask for a shack. They asked in the comments on this one, didn't they? So, overall, we'll just have to wait and see. But, well, it was a shelter. Sorry, a shelter. Blah. I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking, by default, with the likes of small box skins, take a look at all of them. What do you see? They aren't doing very well. No. How many of them are in the positive? You got one there. Okay, he's doing all right. Oh, and the frog box is doing a little bit better now. Okay, that's nice to see, but it's the vast majority are still in the negative. So you understand what I'm going to lean towards? Probably no. Now, it's a cool idea. There was tons of support on Twitter. I've already made mention of that, showcased that, but has that translated well to purchases? Will that translate well to support to keep the price up? I don't think so. I think it's actually going to go below its restore price. I don't feel super confident in it, and I don't think a set of these with various different designs is going to be a positive thing for it either, because they'll be competing for your love. Which one are you going to prefer using more? The stone, the wood, the sheet metal? Yeah, because if they are various different deplorables, maybe it would have worked out, but yeah. Or maybe that turns into a collection, like maybe the next one will be like a sheet metal, which will be a 2x2, and a large box. Maybe the wood one would, I don't know what the wood one could be then. A satchel charge, maybe? Maybe. We'll see what happens next, but I don't think it's going to really work out very well. I don't think it's going to be doing super great. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to do $1 to $1.50, alright? I'm very sorry. It's a cool looking small box. I can respect that. I know a lot of people will be appreciating it, but with the amount that's sold, the price it's sold at, I still don't feel super confident. So yeah, I'm playing it extra safe. I'm sticking with $1, $1.50. But if you think differently, by all means, consider offering a higher price. But if things go pretty awkward, you're going to be dumped on. Your money will just go gone. So be prepared for something like that. Alright, now we can move on to the likes of Black Diamond AK-47. I can confirm with positivity that we have seen this potentially develop into a collection. I can confirm we have the MP5. So we do have a Black Diamond collection on the horizon. Is it going to be weapons only? Well, I'm pretty sure it will be, but I just know Bad Trip won't be able to stop himself, and it'll probably turn into deplorables and the likes of clothing and armour. So yeah, we got a brand new MP5 potentially on the horizon. Will that be accepted? Will that sell for $4.49? Bad Trip has had that position before with Black Gold. He had several Black Gold weapons sell initially like 2 years ago at $5 a piece, and then they didn't really retain their value. And I can quickly showcase that to you. So over to here, they did sell a lot more. I will clarify. I will point that out. The arena is getting pummeled. I'm sorry, mate. I'm not there. So over to here real quickly. Here we are. As you can see, with the likes of what we have here, with the $5 sales, it ended up not working out very well. $1.65, $1.33. Yeah, not looking very pretty. So, yeah, I am concerned. but they didn't sell as much. Like this AK has sold like less than half, so less than half the amount that the Black Gold AK-47 sold for. Black Gold AK-47 sold for $5. That right there, $4.49. And I know a lot of people are going to be sitting there and saying, but yeah, Hedge, I prefer a pure black AK compared to a golden shiny AK. All right, fair enough, cool. But, and I brought this point up when we first saw it, wouldn't we just look at the likes of the Ninja AR? And I know a lot of people have been doing that. I'm sorry, guys. I understand what's going on in the background, but I'm not there and I'm doing this, so can we just focus this at the moment? It's unfortunate with what's happened, but yeah. Right. So Ninja AR. This right here has slowly been trending up in price. $2.26. It obviously sold for $2.49 in a Rust store. It's only got 90 quantity on the Steam market. It could easily go back up in price if people so much as want to buy it. And that's exactly what's been happening very recently. It did dip down a fair bit initially, but it's now starting to rise back up. And I have had a video produced, so if I go over to here real quickly, if I just showcase you this, I had a little video just kind of going over several skins. Go check all your skins right now in your inventory and go see if they've started to slightly rise up in price. It looks like we might be past the worst of it in terms of the Easter dip, and it looks like prices from here now are going to be leading, going upwards as we approach the likes of summertime. So yes, keep an eye on the likes of that, and it has been, the Ninja AR has been one of them. Alright, so what I'm talking about is, this is another pure black AK-47 that came out just a few months back. It is half the price of the likes of the Black Diamond AK-47, and it also has a white aim sight. Black Diamond is just pure black. Now, to all the people using the likes of certain software such as Crosshair X, maybe that doesn't matter to you, fair enough, but probably show a lot of other people that don't have it. I'm pretty sure they're going to prefer the likes of the Ninja AR's aim sight. It's half the price. Probably more helpful for them, especially with the likes of Nightlight now. White stands out quite nicely for a lot of people. So, yeah, there's a lot to discuss, there's a lot to theorise, and I'm a fair bit worried, okay? So I look at that, after seeing the history, after seeing that there's probably better options at a much more affordable price, I can't help but assume Black Diamond very likely will suffer. And just to play it safe, I might just go about halfway. I think I'm just going to do $1 and $2. I know. I could potentially see that working out very nice in the future. I could also see it going the other, the opposite direction. I am conflicted, but I really don't want to be dumped on. Now, you might sit there and say, but maybe it's going to be alright initially. Yeah, it might be alright initially, but how bad could it get? Will there be another interesting looking black AK in the future? Probably. Will we actually see the rest of these skins potentially being accepted? Starting with the likes of the MP5? Maybe. I don't know. But I will sit here and say I've seen it happen before and it ended up not well. Not good. So I think I will just play it safe. And, I remember the Black Gold AK, when it was going down in price, it didn't immediately go down all the way to like $1.30. No. It took time to get to that point. And I will be able to see it happen potentially like the Black Diamond AK-47. And if history is repeating itself, I can just start removing buy orders. I'll just stick with the $1 buy order. Yeah. So I can see it working out all right. But I can also see it going absolutely horrible, and I kind of lean towards it's probably going to be at least going below its Rust price. The less sales is a lot more better. All right, there's less of it to go around, and the price at the moment probably scared off a lot of people who probably would have wanted to buy a whole bunch of them. The people who want to buy them with the pure intent to sell. But we had that before 2 years ago with the Black Gold, and it still went that way. But that, as I said, has sold less than half. Or rather, sold less than half the amount that the Black Gold did. Black Gold did like 35,000 sales. That's only probably going to reach about 17, maybe 17,500 sales. So, yeah, cool. All right, perfect. I'm going to do $1 to $2. I feel confident that'll be probably enough. Maybe I might see it go up in price even more and cry. Who knows? But I'd rather be happy and safe rather than I offered too much and doomed. So, yeah, you get the idea. Ninja sold 50k, Black Diamond sold under 20k. You are correct, Sir Seacast, so I will just clarify that. Yes, Ninja AK, or Ninja AR, they're the same thing, don't worry. If we look by subscriber count, I can confirm, as stated by Mr. Sir Seacast right there, that the likes of the Ninja AR did about 45,000 bare minimum sales. So chances are there's probably about 50,000 plus of these in circulation, because SCMM cannot see every single account. The point I'm trying to get across is, people do appreciate a good black AK. But this is already sitting here at $4.49. If anything, I get the feeling the Ninja AR probably will be going up in price, and this will probably go down in price, and they'll probably meet in the middle. No, again, I'm so conflicted. So Seacash, you're not wrong. That's another positive for the likes of this AK, this Black Diamond AK, potentially working out very nicely. Maybe I might want to go a little bit more braver and push up to about $3. I'll see. But you are definitely bringing up some points that needed to be addressed, so thank you very much for bringing it up. So I'll leave it for now. If you want to play it extra safe, go $1 to $2. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive, I guess, why not push up to $3? But just be warned, all right? If things go awry, you're going to be the one who suffers, all right? So we'll leave that for now. Soullight Armored Door. This is going to sell less than the From Hell Armored Door. As you can see right over to here. Where is it? Here you are. So this was the skin I compared to, and I came up. Well, I didn't want to say I came up, but basically it was a very straightforward answer. When times are good, this sells very nicely. When times are bad, it goes down. And I can't help but assume the exact same format will be happening with the Soullight Armored Door. So people like this, people appreciate it. Part of a well-established, very well-liked collection. As you can see, based on its listings, yeah, it's not too far off from the Rust Door price, sold for $3.99. But what I want to show you mainly is the fact that, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, But based on last year's, autumn fall seasonal dip, it was kind of struggling pretty bad. It went down pretty bad, but it's starting to go back up again, as you can see right here. So it's starting to go back up. Past the worst of it with these to dip. Now, post-Christmas wasn't exactly super great, but it still went above its Rust Door price, over $4 here, and it looks like we're climbing back up to that point again. As we lead towards the summertime, more people play the game, more people desire skins, skin prices go up because more of them are bought out. So with that, I can't help but assume we're going to see probably the exact same thing. It's a very, 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 very similar style, at least on one half of it, with the likes of the Soullight Armored Door, which is also selling here for $3.99. So what I'll sit here and say is, if we can expect, bad times, eventually, which will of course be the likes of the autumn fall seasonal dip, I want to play it safe. I'm going to do $1.50 to $2.50. This is a very cool, unique armored door. You've got two sides, both of them glow in the dark, both of them looking really, really cool. And maybe, just maybe, UPOR and Hypermonster might turn this into a collection. Maybe we'll get storages and whatnot. One side light, one side dark. We shall see. Now, if that happens, the Deplorable collection would probably... it would only help it more and more. So, okay. Point I'm trying to get across is, I feel like it's smarter to just stick with doing the likes of a buy order. We'll look at the buy order support afterwards and question it a little bit more if you want, but it's a high price. And rarely do you see skins at such a high price selling in the Rust Store actually retaining their value. Alright, okay. Back over to here. With the likes of the cyber clothing, again, I'm still not sure how to approach the likes of this. As you can see, the prices have actually held. So when we had Tier 2 come out, the Tier 3 went up in price for about a few hours, then it went immediately back down to about 60 to 70 cents. But, it's been a couple of days now, and, well, almost a week, I should say, and it's still doing better. Now, will this last still? It's another complete metallic set, but not too long ago, we just literally had the Damascus set finishing, didn't we? And then not too far from that as well, we had the likes of Hardsuit Collection completing. So yeah, this is still there. Oh no, the pants are going below its Rust Door price now. Oh dear. Right, anyway, so yeah, maybe far too many metallic sets in such a short amount of time probably isn't doing any of these any favours. Now, initially, these skins sold far too much compared to the first 4 skins here, and well, now they're suffering. Kilt's still doing alright though. Which do you prefer, Damascus or Cyber? So, yeah, Cyber. I lean more to the idea of it sold very nicely, so it's not like there's it's hard to grab some of these. But, yeah, I'm not super confident in it still. So, with the likes of the clothing, I think I'll probably just stick... I don't really want to do a buy order. I saw how low the Tier 3 went, and I can't help but assume, yeah, okay, of course, yeah, it's a complete collection now. That's nice, but what's going to help boost that up? Boots and gloves, maybe. Boots and gloves were resubmitted. That was resubmitted this past weekend. So, yeah, we could potentially see cyber gloves and cyber boots, maybe in the next future Rust Door. But with what we have here, I think I'm probably just going to do 50 cents each. That's me. I'm very cautious about the cyber collection. It's a nice grey, silvery pair of hoodie and pants, but we've already had that, haven't we? If I go look at the hoodies, not too long ago, we had the likes of... Damascus hoodie right there. You could just use Coco Lemon's team hoodie as well if you so wish. It's up to you. But yeah, we've already got other options. There's the hardsuit hoodie there. Sold for $2. Now it's selling for 73 cents. Oof. Yeah, metallic sets. If it goes wrong, well, it goes bad. Hardsuit, show yourself. And is it horror? It's horrible. But yeah, that's what happens when you have far too many metallic sets being accepted in such a short amount of time. Well, technically speaking, short, but that took over the place of a good few months. So, all right, I'm not super confident. I'm going to do 50 cents for each. Blackberry Rock. Okay, problems, concerns. It's a glow-in-the-dark rock. But it didn't sell that much. That's another thing. So out of all these rocks that have come out over the past few years, this is the lowest selling by quite a margin. That has sold less than 10,000, and it probably might just about do 10,000 sales by tomorrow. Cool. But when you compare it to all of these pet-themed rocks and the rock from hell, I mean, that's done worse than them. In fact, I had to go all the way over to here to see some rocks that sold less. All right? Now, they're not doing good. And now I'll go back over to here and look at this rock, and I must remind you, it's a glow-in-the-dark rock. People don't seem to be very happy about glow-in-the-dark weapons, tools, and, of course, rocks. So, yeah, you don't want to be seen at night, but you're running around with a glow-in-the-dark rock. I get it. I understand. It's unfortunately not going to be doing very well. I have seen more of the Blackberry collection. So as I go to Hessiam's workshop, I know at some point we'll be seeing some Blackberry Tier 3, Tier 2 hoodie and pants, but he started off with boots and gloves. And fair enough, knowing all the collections vying for hoodie and pants and Tier 3 and Tier 2, that's not surprising, okay? So he went with a smarter choice, expressing that he wants to do clothing and armour, but he started off with the boots and the gloves. All right, that's cool, that's fine. But we're here to talk about the likes of the rock here, and whilst we know, or can see, that more submissions have been made for Blackberry Collection, I don't think it's going to retain its value. I worry for it, and I can't help but assume I probably just want to stick with doing a 60 cent to 80 cent buy order. If it didn't glow, I think it would do better, but it glows, and I know that has a certain disdain. So yeah, maybe people just don't like Blackberries. But I do believe that is the answer. Glows in the dark, makes you stand out. People don't want that. It's going to suffer. How low will it go? I don't think it'll go all the way down to like 80 cents, but I do believe it wouldn't be surprising if you managed to achieve such a thing. Alright then, as in getting it in the buy order. So that is all of the abnormals talked about, all 7 of these skins, so start getting them all in order chat with all the links, make sure you're nice and prepared, and now we can discuss the regular skins. Now regular skins are skins that only become marketable when the rust rotates, so let's start off with the likes of the Jungle Sar. Jungle Sar is nice, bright and colourful, and I did see the likes of a continuation appear over the weekend with a AK-47, but I just want to point this out, only one Sar at the moment that's come out over the past year is doing good, and it's the Thundergold Sar. Down 52, down 45, down 63, down 24, down 45, that's the Hedge June Sar, and of course down 38. Yeah, that happened. So, looking at this, it hasn't really sold that much, only 6,000. Hey, maybe that potentially gets manipulated at some point down the line. But look at this, nice, bright and colourful. Aim sight, very useful. Green spots and black, good for every single environment. So that is nice. I'm not going to be hating on it. And, well, you know what? It's probably the most colourful SAR we've had in quite some time. You could probably say, aside from the likes of Crowley Sar, which is bright and gold with all the colourful jewels, and, well, you know, maybe Chameleon, but yeah, you get the idea. Nice, bright, multicoloured, very cool to look at. And, of course, as I alluded to, there is the likes of the AK-47 that was submitted. But weapon-only collections don't exactly always do super great. Yeah, that's the truth. So, by default, I'm going to do 60 cents to 80 cents. Very sorry about that, but, yeah, that's probably... It's probably the best I'm going to be doing, because I know if it goes bad, it gets real bad. So yeah, 60 cents to 80 cents, pick it up for super cheap, and at worst you can just turn it into metal and sell the metal and make your money back or make some profit. Easter Chick Furnace and Easter Farm Door. Guys, honestly, I'm probably not going to bother. They sold very little and they have no interest, and I just can't help but assume that they're not going to retain any value whatsoever. I don't want to sound mean, but yeah, people did not care for Easter. Should we go take a look at Easter skins for the past week just to get a good idea? Let's go see how they're all doing. Easter skins, go! That one's doing alright, that one's doing alright. No, yeah. I didn't mean to do that, sorry, but yeah, you get the idea. The people don't care for Easter. Right. And I should point out, this large box very weirdly had like 50 sales like 2 days ago, so I think that's something weird going on there. Anyway, yeah, so unfortunately with that, I'll probably do 50 cents, and the likes of that, 40, I guess, 40 cents. But this sold so little 3,000 bare minimum sales so far. I do recall, not too long ago, well, it might be a year ago, sorry, my frame of, time. Does everybody remember what happened to this artisan tree door? That was a Christmas-themed skin, right? That came out, didn't sell that much. Let's just remind you, that did like 7,500 bare minimum sales. Okay, cool, we've established that. Back then, that was very, very little, all right? And, well, it did this. Do you remember that? It instantly got manipulated. It instantly started rising up in price, getting bought out, cleaned out, and then it peaked at a price of about $15 almost. And then it crashed and burned, and then ever since then, it's just never really recovered. It's never been like a high price ever again. So, that was a holiday-themed skin that sold very little out compared to all the other skins, and it ended up getting manipulated immediately. Guys, what do you reckon? Holiday-themed skin sold very, very little. If that sounds interesting to you, maybe you might want to buy a couple and just wait and see what happens next. I have seen Easter skins getting manipulated in the past, and it very likely will happen again. And I look at the state of that, I realise it's probably not too hard to buy all the stock that's in circulation. And, well, if you have control over that, you can manipulate the price. And that's why I think something funny might happen with the likes of this farm door there. So, maybe you might want to offer a higher price. By default, I look at that. If that sold like 10,000 sales, I'd just immediately say 40 cents, and I probably wouldn't even bother doing a buy order. But the fact that that has sold so little has caught my eye, and I can't help but assume something funny might happen to that. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next month, but eventually. All right, eventually. When you least suspect it. So keep an eye on these things. It's up to you if you want to have a higher price for the likes of that. But I've just, kept you in the know in regards to that. All right, then. So, with all of that, we can now discuss what potentially might be happening tomorrow, because it's going to be the Easter Forcewipe. And, well, if you look at the likes of Mr. Micro's website, you'll see we've had some very, 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 very interesting skins that have appeared over the past, weekend and as of Monday. And, of course, I did my Rust Workshop skin checks, which you can see right over here. Remember, if you go to the likes of the description, you can see all of the chapters listed out for all the collection continuations. So please consider giving this a good watch. And if I actually look at the likes of the collection over here, we have a lot of very interesting skins. Less skins compared to the previous week, funnily enough, but quite a lot of continuations. Whether it's deplorables, whether it's likes of weapons and tools, it's all there. And, well, if I look at the likes of the clothing and armour, you got inflatable hoodie and pants, you got the likes of the Blackberry boots and gloves, the Cyber boots and gloves, and you do have... oh, that's it. So in terms of notable, interesting core pieces for continuations, there really isn't that much. But you should know all the typical picks are going to be from the skins from the past week. And that means, in line for the potential April Forcewipe Rust Door, we could potentially see the likes of Primitive Comics bandana and poncho. You might see the likes of Skullforce Primitive clothing there. You might see Legacy Kevlar jacket. And I do believe this has a very good chance. Why? December, January, February, March Forcewipes, all of them had a Legacy Kevlar skin. April Forcewipe, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? So, just pointing that out, you've also got Pizza Tier 2, Camouflage Net Tier 2, and, of course, Flashbacks Tier 2. Could it be the day? Could you finally have happiness? Well, you should stop dreaming, because it ain't going to happen, because Face Punch decides. So, yeah, remember last month when we were hoping for the likes of Thundergold clothing and Flashbacks Tier 3? Yeah, maybe that might potentially appear next week. Who knows? Tomorrow. Whatever. You also had the likes of Inflatable Tier 3 and, of course, Chameleon Tier 3. We shall see. Nice and shiny, I will say that. But here's one thing that I had a bit of a hypothesis about. You might notice with the current Rust Door that we have, there's a lot of interesting, notable deplorables, interesting skins. Well, what are we seeing tomorrow being added? We got the likes of this Tool Cupboard skin, the first ever TC skin to be added to Rust, and it very likely will be treated as a DLC in the general section of the Rust Store. Probably $5, $10, we shall see. I can't help but assume Face Punch probably thinking, maybe we don't want to have a whole bunch of other deplorables. Maybe we just want to have the cupboard out. So that means maybe with the Rust Store tomorrow, we'll see a lot of clothing and armour, and maybe, just maybe, some interesting looking weapons and tools. We shall see. But I have just pointed out to you a lot of very interesting clothing and armour pieces. What gets picked? Who knows? Face Punch decides. We don't like that. So yeah, you can be hopeful. You can pray as hard as you want, but Face Punch decides. At the very least, because it's going to be a fairly big April Forcewipe, or rather, it's going to be a big update for tomorrow. It's a Forcewipe. The rust store will be early. It will be an early rust store. I believe it will happen around 6 o'clock in the evening UK time. So make sure you're nice and readily prepared for the likes of that. But I'll be honest with you, with the likes of the regular skins, you don't have to worry too much. But at the very least, to be first to react to all the new skins that are accepted, like I said, if you see flashbacks being accepted tomorrow, well, what do you reckon's going to happen to the likes of the flashbacks hoodie and pants? Because right now, they've recovered a little bit. Okay, cool. Lots of people overreacted. When they didn't get accepted with the last week's rust store, they dumped these hoodie and pants. And they're like, it's ruined, goodbye. But then immediately after they did that, then the tier 2 was submitted. So right now, this is currently selling for $2.37 there, and of course, $1.90 here. And look at this fool listing their... Look, they're listing their stock. Why would you do that? They don't keep an eye on the workshop. They don't know what they're doing. They do not know what they're doing. So, yeah... As I could show you real quickly, yeah, you can see how it went up, went down. Actually, this has gone back up again. And over to here, you can see the exact same thing. Went up, loads of anticipation. Didn't get accepted last week, went down, but it's starting to go back up again. So, all right, cool. What do you reckon? So, yes, we can sit here and just keep hoping and praying and, well, yeah, whatever. Right, so that's that. I've said everything that needs to be said. And this is going to be the first abnormal barders that's going to be happening at 1 o'clock in the morning in the UK for the next 6 months, and I'm not looking forward to it. And so that, let's skip ahead. I'm out of breath. Alright, it's midnight, and away we go. Shadowborn, garage door. Are we going to see a whole bunch of perfectly legitimate buy orders appearing instantly? You know, just tons of people clearly want it right now. Well, are you going to appear? What about over here, here, and here? No. Okay, what about now? No, okay. Do people know that the clocks have changed? I think that actually might be a bit of a problem. Yeah, that's just dawned on me. Maybe not everyone's super aware that the skins are now appearing at this time, as in being marketable now. Yep, that's going to probably be a bit of a problem. They don't know that they're marked. Oh, hello. Just missed. Oh, damn it. All right. Okay. And then we have, what am I going to request? I'll go with 66. Now, I realise my extension's not on properly, so that's a problem. Oh, well. All right, let's go do the second buy order over here. Let's get this one out of the way. So, the second buy order, what am I doing? I'm going to probably do like 2.2. 2? Yeah, why not? We'll do 40. Right, there we are. Clickety click. And back over to here. Right. Do. No. Oh, we've got a... Okay. Not everything is on the Steam market right now. That's not within my control. So, shut up. Alright, there we go. What was I doing for the second buy order? I suggested we go a fair bit higher. I want to go up to about... Okay, that's what I'm doing. Over to here to the AK. First buy order in this account. Right, first buy order, I suggested... Okay, we're going to go do that then. Over to here as well. Okay, no stone-based box. Alright. People are going strong in this, I'm noticing that. So let's just go double check. More stronger barders are appearing. People actually seem to have quite a lot of faith in this. Hedge trying to go stronger. I might do that. It might appear to be stronger than we realised. Right. No. Okay. I think we got more than enough barders to showcase for this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to skip ahead and we'll look at the barder support and we'll question, do we actually want to jump in and actually buy some? So... Right, gentlemen, we're back. So it's been almost 11 minutes, and as you can see, 7 skins have prices. And let's go over to here and look at that abnormal barter support. Starting off with the likes of the Shadowborn garage door. This has over 2,000 buy orders. I think someone's up to no good. I saw him putting down a 950 quantity buy order. I think he's just trying to make it appear a bit to appear to be a little bit more invested into and in demand compared to what it actually is. So I'm going to sit here and say I think there's only around 1,500 legitimate requests to buy. And they're pushing up to, well, $2.80. Now, I do believe I'm the $2.80 guy. I think I went a little bit higher. I must have misjudged the amount of, the currency, blah, 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 you get the idea. But who knows? If we do see Shadowborn deplorables tomorrow, like literally in the very next Rust store, it will probably just go up. So we know this sold quite a fair bit. It did very well for itself. It is in demand. It's got a lot of support behind it. But let's see what happens from here and now. I've stated and pointed out, there's potentially going to be problems. There could be even more garage doors. There will be more garage doors for sure, but how many, and will they look as good? And then, of course, Twitch drops. So overall, at the moment, it seems to be fairly okay, but I still can't help but assume it will be going below its Rust price, but that might be as little as, it goes down by 10 cents or something at the moment. But if we do see it slowly getting lots more listings and whatnot, of course, we'll notice problems. We'll see that happening. So, with what we see here, if you were to sit there and say, Hedge, if I want to buy this, should I actually go ahead and buy this? I'll sit here and say, you could probably just put down a $3 buy order. Wouldn't surprise me if you managed to pick some up eventually. So, that's what I'd say in regards to that. But the barter support, looking very strong, mostly around just before $2 and just slightly above. So, at the very least, it's not going to crash and burn, but you have to be aware at some point later down the line, we will probably see issues, especially during that dreaded September, October, November period of time, autumn, fall seasonal dip, so keep that in mind. Right, Black Diamond AK-47, currently selling for $4.49 in the Rust store, highest buy order, $3.39, highest strong buy order, $2.32. That doesn't look like it's going to retain its value, does it? No. However, if we do instantly see the likes of the Black Diamond MP5 being accepted tomorrow, do not be surprised if this suddenly gets a lot more investment put into it and, stronger buy orders. Simple as that. I remember that happening with Black Gold. I didn't mention it earlier, but I didn't think it mattered too much because the overall outcome was it got cheap. So I do still kind of envision the same thing can happen, but remember, Black Diamond did not sell as much as compared to the Black Gold AK-47. That did about 30 to 35,000 sales. This has only done about 16, and it'll probably wrap up around 17. So we'll see what happens from here now. We know we've seen that people clearly appreciate pure black AKs, but, what happens next? So, the barter support, you can see it's built up very strongly all the way up to around $1, through $1, up to $2, but it stops at just over $1. We'll see what happens by the end of tomorrow, rather when the Rust store rotates tomorrow. And don't forget, it is an early Rust store rotation, so be prepared for such a thing. Soullight Armoured Door, this is selling for $4 at the moment, or rather $3.99, and as you can see right here, the barter build up, it's going all the way up to above $1, through $1, up to $2, slightly above $2, it ends there. So, I think a lot of people listened to me when I said, when times are good, it do good. When times are bad, it do bad. Not too, hard to understand. So it's going to go up and down, and that's why I'm saying it's not going to be very maintained. It's going to be fairly volatile. So, you could do a buy order around $2, and I wouldn't be surprised if you end up picking up some of these. Very cool design. Very unique in its design and approach. If we do see this potentially turn into a collection, all the better for this door. But you also have to question, how often are you even reaching to the point where you're going to, use an armoured door? But different servers, we understand that, but just kind of mentioning that, because you have to kind of get that in your head. Stone base box, get a good look at this. So, as you can see right here, this is barred as pushing all the way up to around $1.73. I believe I am the $1.73. I went a little bit higher, again, didn't fully understand the prices as put down with my currency. I'm going to keep an eye on this. If I see a lot more of a period by tomorrow, I'm probably removing that buy order. I don't think it's going to retain the $2.49 price, but I don't think it's going to be doomed, but I don't exactly think it's going to be doing spectacularly. Personally speaking, I question it a lot. I'd like to be proven wrong, but we'll wait and see. Plus, we don't know what 38 is cooking. Mr. 38, that is. So, are we going to see more of this, or are we going to see stone base deplorables like a door or something? I don't know. I don't know. So, we'll see what happens next. Very strong boulders, all the way above $1, leading up to just about $2, but of course it stops there, so cool, And then of course we've got the Blackberry Rock, a lot of buy orders below $1, but some people clearly like it a lot. Hey, we shall see what happens next, but I don't think it's going to survive very well. Glow in the dark, weapon / tool, that's a problem. People don't like, people don't appreciate. Value struggle, value suffer. And then we have the cyber clothing, both the pants and the hoodie. They don't really have very strong barter support. They are selling for about $2 if I recall. I think the pants are cheaper, the hoodie's more expensive, or the other way around. Anyway, yeah, the barter support is nowhere near the price they're selling for in the Rust store. Yes, you might see very high listings, but yeah. It didn't exactly sell very little as well, that's the thing. Like, you know, there was about almost 15,000. By tomorrow, it'll probably be around 15,000 total sales, bare minimum. Subscriber count, yeah, it's not like there's hardly any of those that exist. There's more than enough to go around, and yeah, that's going to probably be a problem. Yep, probably, yeah, whatever. Alright, so that's it. That's everything. Tomorrow, be prepared. If you're watching this on the Thursday, and it's like getting close to around 6 o'clock in the afternoon UK time, brace yourselves, keep an eye on the likes of the workshop. Alright, keep an eye on the likes of the workshop, look at the accepted in-game section. But you could also use Micro's website, because you could actually go to the accepted skins and just keep refreshing every now and then. But yeah, it will take a snapshot of their current standing based on upvotes and downvotes, and yeah, it's an interesting thing to keep an eye on. So please consider giving this website a good look, and yeah, keep an eye there, and yeah, that's it. That's everything. April Forcewipe. Will it be joyful happiness, or will it be absolute misery and depression? What do you reckon's more likely? Huh? What do you reckon's more likely? You know what it's going to be. Probably the latter. But if Facepunch truly wants a lot of money, well, I think they might want to push for some interesting sets. Based on what we saw the likes of Easter, just want to point this out, this only did just under $200,000 after a week. But as I pointed out in the 48-hour analysis, after just one day, we did $200,000 worth of sales. And that's interesting. The first day, doing half the amount of money from the whole week? That is interesting. So maybe this is something we need to keep an eye on a whole lot more. But yeah, $400,000 worth of sales. Seems it worked out quite alright. But do you reckon higher price skins are going to keep happening from here and now? We'll have to wait and see, as I said. So, that's basically everything. I hope you appreciated it. Oh, I hope you liked the video. I appreciate for everybody here who turned up and watched me today. It was my birthday. We did a whole bunch of silly things. It will be turned into a video, so that might take some time to cook. But yeah, like, we had a Coliseum, we're doing a fashion show, the server crashed. Oh, God. So keep an eye out for the likes of that. And, of course, keep an eye out for the likes of what you could see in the future. As I said earlier, please consider watching the likes of my Rust Workshop skin checks. Maybe even consider going over to the likes of my YouTube, and you'll be up to date for all the new stuff that'll be coming out. Such as the military flamethrower, I must have mentioned it earlier. Seems they're still working on it. I'm not sure if it's coming out tomorrow. It's not like fully complete, but maybe it'll be complete maybe tomorrow. Maybe it just about misses out. We shall see. But the military flamethrower is pretty interesting. And then, of course, I retweet skins being mentioned and whatnot. So yeah, cargo ship and harbour reworks, oil rig changes, electricity updates, retro tool covered skin, a minigun, and fixes and improvements. So cool. That's all coming tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. I hope the player count will be interesting. Yes. And oh, I just realised we need to do a player count giveaway. Well, that's for my server. So if you want, please look at the description, and please consider joining the likes of my Discord server. It's very weird. I will point this out, but we keep track of the prices I suggested and whatnot. And then apparently we just post tons of cats, tons and tons and tons of cats, and I don't know why. Yep, cool. So catch you later. See you. Goodbye.